Now that we have our penguin cut out, we are going to be gluing it to our background that we created. Again, if you didn't create a background, don't worry, you can glue it to a piece of construction paper, whatever you'd like. I'm going to flip over my penguin on the back side, and I'm going to take my glue. You can also use a glue stick. Those work really well. I'm just going to make a little outline around my penguin. And I'm going to very carefully flip him over. And I'm going to glue him so it looks like he is sitting on that iceberg that we drew. You don't want him floating above it. Okay? All right. So now we are going to be adding some accessories to our penguin. We're going to add a winter hat. You can do gloves. You could do a little scarf, and I'll show you how to do all of those. Now with that extra paper that we used from cutting out our penguin, we're going to be drawing those on here. You also can use construction paper if you have it too, but I know not everybody has construction paper, so we're going to use that extra paper that we used for our penguin. So for my little hat, I'm going to always start with a pencil first. You could do a little snow hat. You could do a Santa hat. I'm going to start by making what looks like a rectangle. And then I'm going to make a hat circle on top of it. And I always like to add a little pom-pom on it. If you want to add a little design to your hat, you can. Okay, it's a little snow hat. I'll place it with marker so you can see a little bit better. And then you could do a Santa hat. I'll show you what that looks like too. A Santa hat, you can make another rectangle and sit on top. We'll have it kind of curve around with little pom-poms. Could do that. For the gloves, if you want to do gloves, again, we're going to start with that rectangle. I'm going to make 2 this time. Make the thumb of the mitten, make a curve around, and stop. And I'm going to do this one the other way. Thumb of the mitten, curve around, and stop. Now for a scarf's a little bit more, involved because you want to make it the same size as our penguin's neck, right? We don't want to have this little tiny scarf. So what you can do is you can use your paper to kind of measure how big you want your scarf to be. And so sometimes what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw it upside down. So I'm going to use the edge of my paper here just to make sure that I have the right size. And then I'm going to draw my scarf going this way. Again, I could add little stripes to my scarf. Okay, and then I can cut it out and it'll be the correct width of my penguin's neck. You could also do a little bow tie, put a little bow in the hair. It's up to you what kind of little accessories you want to make for your penguin. Also, what we want to do is save enough space that we can add some snow to our sky too. So you could even make some little circles that you can cut out too if you would like. So I'm going to color in my snow hat. Now I use a lot of cool colors for my background, so I think for my hat I'm going to use some warm colors because I really want it to stand out. So I think I'm going to use this yellow here. Maybe I'll use some orange. pom-pom yellow too. And then maybe my little gloves. And again, you don't have to add all these accessories, and if there's something you can think of that you'd like to add as well, you can. Okay, now I'm going to cut these out. And when I cut them out, sometimes what I like to do is I like to cut around it first just to make it easier. Put it on my little penguin's head. I think for my scarf, instead of cutting around all these, I'm just gonna cut that out just like that, just to make it a little easier. It could be my little penguin scarf. So cute. And little gloves. And I have lots of scraps that I can make some snow in the background. And then all these little scraps, maybe I'll cut out little circles for snow. If you want to add some snow in the background, you can. Of course, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You can even use our snowflake making skills, and if you wanted to create some paper snowflakes for the background, you could as well. It's up to you, artist choice. Once I've laid these all down, I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the back of everything, and I'm going to find a safe spot to put my penguin to dry. Guys did a great job. Make sure you add lots and lots of detail to your penguin so he's nice and warm for the winter.